hello, and welcome back to the channel. But just in case you are new here, my name is Mike, and I know it's been a long time since I uploaded. To be totally open and honest with each and every one of you, I've had a little bit of a health scare kind of going on, and I'm not out of the woods yet. I don't exactly know what's going on with me, and I'm just hoping it's nothing serious. But the truth of the matter is I miss all of you. I miss the live streams. I miss horror. I miss content. Hell, I miss my horror room. I have not been in this room in weeks, maybe even over a month. Like, it just kind of became like a storage room. I haven't even been in here. That's how much anxiety and everything I've had going through my head. But all that can wait, because today I have another figure review for all of you. It's one of my favorite things, and it's the Neca Gremlins. My wife got me this, and this is the Neca Punk Mogwai. Yep, this is super cool. These were scheduled to come out in the fall, and I know people are kind of having a hard time getting a hold of them, and they're kind of sparse out there in the wild. But my wife was able to find one and track it down. So if you're not familiar with the Neca Mogwais, why these are being released, or what the hell is a Punk Mogwai, I got you covered. So without further ado, let's slice right into this. Alright everybody, here we are. So first and foremost, before we take a look at this awesome Mogwai figure here in front of me, let's talk a little bit about, for those of you that maybe you're not as well versed in Gremlins lore or knowledge, or maybe you're not as big a fan, and you're looking at this and you're like, what the hell is a Punk Mogwai? Where did it come from? And why the hell is it in an action figure form right in front of us? Well, I got you covered. This Punk Mogwai is actually from the Mountain Dew commercial that came out last year. And that commercial was absolutely amazing for all of us diehard Gremlin fans, because it's the first time that Zach Galligan had reprised his role as Billy Peltzer since 1990 when Gremlins 2, the new batch, came out. So to see him back not only as Billy and to see Gizmo again and looking a little more gray was super exciting. But at the end of the commercial, there was an actress that actually portrayed a teenage daughter that was Billy's, and she had a Mogwai on her shoulder, and that was this Mogwai, the Punk Mogwai. Obviously a teenager, the rebellion, the goth phase, right? The mohawk, the dyed hair, and of course the nose piercing, got the bull nose ring in the nose, classic teenage rebellion thing. We've all been there, right? Or maybe some of you watching this are in that right now, and that's totally cool, because you know what? That shit is fresh. No hate here. So that's where this Punk Mogwai actually comes from. And the reason we have it is because years and years ago, NECA had actually released all the Mogwais. You got Gizmo, you got Lenny, you got Daffy, you got George, and you got Mohawk. They all came out. So this line is actually a re-release, which is really cool for us. Well, I'm not a new collector, but if you're a new collector, or maybe you're like me and you just missed out on them the last time, or you didn't start collecting Gremlins at that time, well, now they've been re-released with a brand new figure, and that's the Punk Mogwai from the Mountain Dew commercial. So that's what this is. A little bit of background on that. Let's take a closer look. So of course the box is pretty standard cardboard backing with the bubble plastic. Got the NECA up in the corner. Really cool colors on this. I really like just the packaging in general. I think it's really cool looking. Down on the bottom, the Punk Mogwai. I love this little drawing of him, this little art here. I really love that. The punk is kind of spelled out almost like a what do you call those? Maybe like a magazine or something, you know what I mean? Like a ransom letter or something, the punk. It just screams punk, kind of like a collage type of thing. Looks really cool. He looks awesome in his packaging, but we'll get a closer look at him as we open him up. Down on the bottom, of course, it's the standard stuff. Shout out to everybody that had something to do with this figure. On the side, it's the number 6. I'm not totally sure what that number 6 is, so if you know, please put it down in the comments below. The other side featuring posable eyes. See details on the back. So when we look at the back, of course, we got Gremlins, the Punk Mogwai, another great promotional shot of him. They're showing you other figures that are available. These are both from Gremlins 2, the new batch. We got Greta and we got Brain. And then down here, they show you all the Mogwais we talked about. Gizmo, Daffy, Lenny, George, and Mohawk. I do intend to collect them all, and they show you how his rotating eyes work on the little rolling trackball on the back of his head, which if you have the Gizmo Ultimate, then you already know about that. Or again, if you have the old school Mogwai figures, you know about the trackball. And it can kind of be a pain in the ass sometimes, but overall, it's a cool feature to have. So let's get them out of the box, let's let them breathe, and take a closer look. Alright everybody, here's the punk outside of the packaging, breathing the same air as us and looking pretty freaking awesome. So let's take a closer look at this figure, and again, Neca always knocks out the sculpts, and the paint is just awesome. It's so precise, it's so clear. The highlights in the mohawk, in the eyebrows, the cheeks, all that yellowing, I really love that. It really highlights the punk feel and the the dyeing of the hair and everything. Back is pretty standard brown. Nothing really too crazy there. Although this Mogwai does have painted fingernails, which I thought was really cool, and painted toenails green. So that's really cool. They really spared no detail on this figure. Of course, the commercial is what was birthed from, so shout out to the commercial too. Shout out to Mountain Dew and anybody that had anything to do with that. But typical articulation on these Gremlins, they have the full rotation on the arms. They go all the way around. And then they have a second joint actually right here about midway down the arm, so you can turn this, which is kind of strange. Isn't totally needed, I feel, but nice to have. The hands do rotate, but they do get caught on his fur a little bit right here, so you're probably not going to get a full rotation on them, on the arms, but that should be okay. His legs do look like, yes, as you can see down here, they do move, just not a lot. He could do a little bit of the splits, just ever so slightly, and his feet can move back and forth to position him wherever you want to. No articulation or movement on the toes at all, which is totally fine. And then you can come up here to his ears, which are highly posable, actually. They got a nice joint on them where they can go fully circular around, or you can go down, or you want them up. Anything like that. The ears are actually very, very movable, which is really cool. I really like that. And the same thing with his head. It's on a ball joint, total swivel to give you complete control of where you want to move his head to. And on the back, we talked about the tracker ball. Now, all the Mogwais have this. Even the Ultimate Gizmo has this. These 4-inch figures that are actually in scale to the 7-inch Gremlins, they all have this tracker ball that you just move on the back of their head, and you can position their eyes however you want their eyes to look. If you want them to look to the side, but as you can see, one of the biggest complaints is, as cool as this feature is, sometimes you can get your eyes looking like just wonky. You know what I mean? Like, I personally just want them to just look straight. So now you got to kind of mess with it just to get his eyes to go straight, so he doesn't look like he's been spinning around the room or getting into something he probably shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course, I suppose in a teenager's room, who knows what he's getting into? Who knows what he's smoking or snorting? But yeah, as you can see, that the tracker ball it's such a cool feature, but it also can be a pain in the neck because you try to get your Mogwai to look the way you want it to, and it ends up just kind of being kooky. But all in all, I really love this Mogwai. I plan on covering all of them if you guys are interested. I also have another Gremlin NECA piece that my wife got me recently, and if this video does all right and you guys enjoy this, I will do that one. You can actually see it in the background in the outro here. It's a little sneak peek at that. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check out my next video. So this has been a closer look and hopefully an explanation if you don't know about the Punk Mogwai. Hopefully now you feel like you know a little bit more about it. Thanks all so much for watching this review. But of course, above everything else, I want to say thank you all so very much for watching my videos. It really does mean the world to me. You can all follow me on Instagram right there if you choose to, or you want to reach out to me, you want to have a conversation, anything like that. So put down in the comments below, are you going to get the Mogwais? Do you have the Mogwais? Did you like this figure? Did you not like this figure? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and I really, again, appreciate it all so very much from the bottom of my heart. You can join the Facebook group. Link is down in the description below for that. And again, my name is Mike, and this is my design.